Well, I didn't really live in the world of the film. I was just in a room with no windows, in like sweatpants, you know, eating snacks just for hours and hours on end, just voicing this wonderful character. So I don't know that I ever really lived in the world, but I would watch where they'd filmed, and it would make me very, very nostalgic and homesick.
Now, were you familiar with Peter Rabbit before, or was this a new thing for you?
Oh yeah, no one who grew up in Britain isn't aware of these stories. Like, everybody has read them when they're growing up or reads them when they're growing up. And in fact that was why I felt sort of quite daunted by the prospect of voicing him, because I felt a sort of tremendous amount of pressure. Really, it was only when I realised that it was the first time the Beatrix Potter estate had ever given a blessing to a film script after they'd read it, having rejected decades and decades and decades of people wanting to make this film, and they felt like this script was true to the character of Peter Rabbit and also paid homage to many of the moments and sort of vignettes throughout all of the short stories. So as soon as I heard that, I felt very honoured to be asked in many ways.
Now, there's this great running joke throughout the film where they talk about character flaws. You know,
Yeah.
This is my character flaw. This
Yeah.
is why I do it. I feel like Peter has great character flaws, though. He's a leader.
Yes, he's a leader, but he's misguided. He sort of has this thing where he thinks, act now, think later. And actually, you can't do that. But I think his best quality, which comes out in this film, which we can all learn from, everybody, is that everyone's going to make mistakes. Everybody. You, me, everyone watching this, there's some mistakes coming our way. And there's nothing you can really do about that. You're going to make mistakes. What's important, what shows the true test of a character, is how you respond to those mistakes and what you do to rectify them and how you alter your behaviour after that. And that, I think, is the sort of journey of him. That's the greatest sort of character arc that he has in the film, I think.
No, I think something that Will captured so great was the interaction between everyone. You know, a lot of things are not there, but you guys play off each other so well. You talked about being in a recording booth in your sweatpants, but were you ever in your sweatpants with, like, Margot Robbie?
I never saw a single other person the whole time that I was there. I never saw anybody. Yeah, it was...
Is it hard for you to kind of play out those jokes then?
Not really.
You're by yourself in front of this trying to get some laughs.
Well, yeah, but you can do so many different versions of it. So you can do, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then Will pick those and slot them in where they need to be.
Now, my last question, we're wrapping up. I have to ask, there's a big question on Twitter. Why is James in Ocean's 8?
Yeah.
Can you tell me anything about that?
Why I'm in it?
Yeah.
Because I got asked to be in it. That's why I'm in it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, really. It's kind of amazing for me to have a director like Gary Ross and come and say, do you want to be in this film with Sandra Bullock and Cate Blanchett and Helena Bonham Carter and Rihanna and all these people? I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to say, really. And I'll never really understand anybody's reaction to such a thing being anything other than, oh, well done. Yeah, but I guess that's not really how Twitter works a lot of the time. There's a lot of people who seemingly really want to have a say in how I choose to feed my children. Unfortunately, it's really none of their business. So, because that's essentially what they're saying. If people go, you're like, what you're saying is you would like to decide how I feed my children. And that's really not something I'm ever going to take on board when I'm thinking about whether they're going to be okay and there's going to be a roof over our head. So my reason for being in that film is I got asked to be in it. I will always be overjoyed to be in it, to get to work with Sandra Bullock and these incredible actors is amazing for me.